It's the Slam Dunk.
So 447 jobs at Oranga Tamariki have gone. That's huge. This has to hurt the organisation. They always say that they needed more staff anyway, and suddenly they're sacking another 447 people as the part of the government's cost drive. 447 staff are for the chop. Really? Doesn't that seem extreme? This will pay for tax cuts. So vulnerable children, a broken agency, and suddenly we're going to have 447 fewer people in that organisation doing the work. You can't tell me that those 447 people are just sitting around doing nothing. It's just bullshit. This is to pay for tax cuts. That won't have any effect on the economy whatsoever. I'm gobsmacked at how many jobs have gone this morning. This is outrageous. This will cost more to get rid of these people than... This is the guts. It'll cost $100 million to sack 2,000 public servants in New Zealand today. That's it. There's no easy way around it. So let me just say it. It's $100 million to get rid of it. $100 million policy to have fewer public servants. Now, you can't tell me they're all useless and all doing nothing. $100 million. Ouch. That's a lot of money. What would $100 million buy? What do we get for that? We get fewer workers in the public service. And this is apparently a good thing. A good thing according to this new dot in town. 2,000 fewer workers who we won't miss, who supposedly did nothing, although I find that hard to believe. In saying all of this, outrageously, Labor added 2,500 workers in just their last 6 months in office. 2,500. They had no mandate for that. The cheek of it. It's bloated, right? So here's the cost to undo all of this. None of these guys treat our money with any care, do they? They have total contempt for our money, and they just throw it away. Taxpayers' dollars gone, see you later. Just like that. $100 million policy to have fewer public servants. $100 million. That's the cost of sacking the first 2,000 public servants. And there'll be more to come if you look at Oranga Tamariki today. 447 jobs. Is Oranga Tamariki got 447 jobs that they don't need? Is the organisation really that fat that we can afford to lose those people? It's traditionally cost around $50,000 in redundancy to lay someone off. Someone who's working for the government or the wider public service, it's about $50,000. So look at that bill there. Look at that bill for Oranga Tamariki. That's $20 million this morning. $20 million of layoffs in an organisation that could do with the funding. Now, there's a simple reason why the Finance Minister doesn't want to know the numbers. The Finance Minister doesn't want to know the cost of the sackings because it's a headline, right? It's an eye-watering, eyes-on-stalks headline. It's a massive number and it creates a headline. So let me help Nicola Willis and imagine what you could do with that sort of money. What could Pharmac do with $120 million? Well, it could increase its drug budget by about 12% and save lives. It would save dozens of lives if they spent $100 million on new cancer drugs. Only MB has released the cost so far of its layoffs, and for the 138 staff, they've paid out about $6.3 million in redundancies. MB intends to sack another 100 people, so there's another $6 million. So that's $12 million. And there's $20 million of redundancies this morning at Oranga Tamariki. Once the final figure is out, 2,000 jobs equals $100 million. 4,000 jobs is $200 million. Money well spent, you might say. Perhaps it is. Perhaps you think there are far too many public servants. But surely all those people are doing something, aren't they? They're not all just sitting around having coffee in Wellington. This is the point, though. Few managers are losing their jobs. So the middle-level managers in the public service are on about $215,000 a year. That's the level 2 managers. They're not losing their jobs. It seems only the lower paid workers are losing their jobs. But the $200,000 camp, they keep their jobs. Why is that always the case? Why don't we lay off managers? It's bloody outrageous. Why are they protected? What do they do for that money? Why don't we pay them $100? It's always the little guys that suffer. This is just the start of the savings as well. If they get 4,000 workers, what did I say? $200 million they'll save. They have hired consultants as well. There's plenty of work for the consultants. Stephen Joyce, Bill English, Simon Bridges. They'll be getting paid up to $2,000 a day. That's what the Cabinet Manual says. That's the sort of money they'll get. They're trusted National Party men, so they get the work. Then you lay off someone at Oranga Tamariki. You lay off Oranga Tamariki, then you get the tax cuts. Then there's the tens of thousands that they're paying the chosen consultants to review the ferry blowout costs. Because at $2 billion it was too high. So what does National do at $2 billion? They say, well, we can the ferries. They then announced that they're investigating a $4 billion tunnel under Wellington. A $4 billion tunnel! I thought we had no money. Now, if we're going to spend $4 billion on a tunnel, can we have it as a second harbour crossing in a big city like Auckland, please? Surely that's more important than a tunnel twice as long in Wellington, which is a city a third of the size. Come on, Wellington. We need this in Auckland. By Auckland standards, Wellington is not a big city. We need the tunnel. Let's get some parochial stuff going here. Who needs it? Auckland or Wellington? Let's go.